Hello, viewers. Welcome to Football Discussion Daily. I'm your host, CGO. Please endeavor to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, and TikTok. And then we have other platforms as well. Thank you so much for doing that. Today, we'll be talking about games. That is match day 12 games that will be played on Monday, June 22, 2026. The games we'll be having for that day are games between defending champion Argentina. It's a Group J tie between Argentina and Austria. That game will be played at the Dallas Stadium in Dallas. That game will be played by 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And then the second game for the day will be the game between the Le Bleu of France. They'll be playing against Iraq. That game is scheduled for p.m. Eastern Time, and it's a Group I game, and they to be played at the Philadelphia Stadium in Philadelphia. And then the third game for the day is going to be Group I clash between Norway and Senegal. The game will be played at the New York, New Jersey Stadium in New Jersey. And then the last game for match day 12 is going to be between Jordan. They'll be playing against Algeria. The game is scheduled for 11 p.m. Eastern Time. The game will be played at San Francisco Bay Area Stadium in San Francisco. So those are the games that will be played for match day 12 of the ongoing 2026 FIFA World Cup. So I'm sure it's going to be very interesting games at this World Cup. We've seen a lot of games, and there are games we thought the underdog team will lose, but they end up surprising us. Like we saw Cape Verde get their second point at this World Cup, played a 2-2 draw against Uruguay. Nobody expected that. Everyone felt Uruguay should have an upper hand, but that never happened. So I'm sure some of these games will see that happen. The game between Argentina playing Austria, that's going to be an interesting game. We must not forget that Argentina, in their first game in this group, they won against Algeria 3-0. And then the Austrian team also defeated Jordan in their first game 3-1. So both sides are going into this game having won their first group game. So a win for either of the team will secure their spot in the round of 32. Messi in the game against Algeria was able to get an hat-trick, and everyone will be having very high expectation where Lionel Messi is. He's one player to watch out for when you look at this Argentine team because he's the one who most times carry the team. And one other player to watch out for is Rodrigo De Paul, a player who is very good when it comes to marking, and then he knows how to give line-breaking passes. So such a player is one player that will be very key for the Argentine team, especially in the midfield area. One thing that the Austrians will be trying to take advantage of is the fact that they play highly aggressive as a physical team, that they most times they rely on mid to high block pressing. So it's a team that presses a lot. They will be doing that so that they can disrupt the Argentines build up and then also prevent them from rapid transition. And players like Marcel Sabitzer, Conrad Lima will be the ones that will be orchestrating things like this for the Austrian team. But one thing the Austrian team will be very wary of, if this pressing they do is breached, then it means that that the Argentines will most likely explore the pocket of spaces behind the defensive midfield. And we know what people like Lionel Messi can do in such situations. Players like Lautaro Martinez, these are very dangerous players. So the Austrian team really have to watch it when playing the Argentine team. They really need to be very careful because they have players that are very, very skillful. A player like Messi, you know what he can do when he has the ball with him. both his on and off the ball is such an amazing attribute you see in such a player. So it's going to be a very interesting game. But if we are going by the quality of players each of these teams have, definitely the Argentine are favorite to win this game. Looking at the quality of player they have, Austria team also has very decent players, good players that can also create some kind of threat to the Argentine defense. But looking at this Argentine team, they play with a lot of confidence, and I think that is one thing that will work in their favor. They have a very good goalkeeper in Martinez, who is very good when he's in goal. So I think Argentina should win this. I'll be surprised if Argentina doesn't claim all 3 points in this particular encounter. I don't know if the Austrian team have what it takes to stop Argentine team with the quality of players they have. And I'm sure the Argentines, they'll be going into this game with a lot of confidence. So it's a game that I want to believe Argentina should win. So that's my own prediction. But in football, most times a lot can happen in the game. A lot of things can influence a game. A red card can be given. We saw what happened with Belgium and Iran. At some point, the Belgian team got a red card, and that impacted the game. So such factors can really come in and change the whole dynamics of the game. So, but if we look at the current form of both teams, I think Argentines they definitely have an upper hand going into this game. Argentina will be playing a tactical formation of 4-3-3. We should expect Austria to play a tactical formation of 4-2-3-1. And most times they like playing with double pivot in the midfield. So, and that is a way to help shield the defense. So my own prediction is that Argentina should win this game. I think both sides have played on 2 occasions before now, but they were in friendly games. They've never played at the World Cup. They haven't confronted each other at the World Cup. But in the 2 friendlies that were played, that was May 21, 1980. The game was played in Vienna in Austria. Argentina defeated Austria 5-1. And then the other game they played was May 3rd of 1990. And the game ended in a draw. So Argentina has won once and they played a draw against Austria. But that has been a very long time. If you look at the quality of this Argentine team, I'm sure it's one team that should be able to get victory. And they are one of the favorites to win this competition. Now we'll talk about the game between France and Iraq. Yes, France has a shot when it comes to squad depth in this World Cup. That is one team that has high quality squad depth. And when you look at players like Mbappe, you look at players like Michael Olise, the likes of Ousmane Dembele, they have players like Bakola, Bracola. These are very good players that can make things happen. We saw what they did against the Senegalese. In the first half, they were very poor, but they came in the second half and they transformed everything. And they were able to score 3 goals against the Senegalese. Kylian Mbappe was able to score a brace in that game. I'm sure he will be rearing to go so that he can increase the amount of goals he has scored at the World Cup. He has 14 goals now. He's tied with German great Gerd Muller. So I'm sure he would like to score more goals. So I'm sure that is one of the things that will really motivate Kylian Mbappe going into this game. For this game, definitely Graham Arnold, the coach of the Iraqi team, we most likely want to adopt a highly disciplined, narrow defensive block, a low block kind of style, in order to choke space in front of their 18-yard box so that the French don't really have much space. And one of the things they will do when playing that kind of tactical formation is that they will always want to do a quick counter attack. And players like Hyman Hussein will be very useful when it comes to doing those kind of attacks for the Iraqi team. But I'm sure the French team, they have what it takes to overcome this kind of low block. They have players that are very creative, players that can maneuver their way around the pocket of spaces. Players like Michael Olise, we saw the way he was able to give a very wonderful pass to Kylian Mbappe when they scored their first goal against Senegal. That was a player with high vision, a player who is highly skillful, a player who knows how to give dangerous passes. And I feel when you have players like that who knows how to utilize pocket of spaces, I'm sure they'll be able to break down the defensive structure of the Iraqi team. So I think the French will most likely win this game, and they are one of the teams that are favorites to win this competition. So it's going to be a game that the French would like to win so that they can guarantee their spot in the round of 32. So the French should win looking at quality of players they have. And then one very interesting game that will highly be keenly contested, the game between Norway playing Senegal. That game will be very, very explosive because the Norwegians already got their first, they're in their first game. They defeated Iraq 4-1. For the Senegalese will try to redeem their image. They haven't lost to the French team in their first game. They lost 3-1. So this is an opportunity for them to redeem their image and to keep hope alive for this competition. The only time them and the Norwegians played each other is just once. And that was March 1 of 2006. Senegal defeated the Norwegians 2-1 in a friendly game. So this is the first time both teams will be playing at the World Cup. If you look at the Senegalese team have very good defense when you compare their defensive structure with that of the Norwegians. Because I watched the Norwegians when they played against Iran, and you notice that there are some lapses in the defense of the Norwegians. I wasn't too impressed with the defense structure of the Norwegians. And that is one thing I feel that the Senegalese will most likely explore. We know the way the Norwegians play. Most times they use their midfielders when it comes to pressing the opponent, trying to force the opponent to make mistake. That's the kind of job players like the captain of the team, Martin Odegaard, does. And they also they like to dominate. They like to be in possession of the ball. Odegaard is one player who does such kind of things very well for the Norwegians. But if you look at the Senegalese team, they have a double pivot of Idrissa Gueye and Pap Gueye. They are very good when it comes to stopping or preventing the opponent from trying to exploit space in their own half. So I'm sure these guys they are very energetic when it comes to physical. They have that physicality presence. So I don't know how the Norwegian midfield will be able to stand against the midfield of the Senegalese. I feel the Senegalese will most likely have an upper hand in this game. And when you look at those who will be playing up front for them, these are very good players. The only problem the Senegalese might face in this encounter is being clinical. That was one of their biggest undoing in the game against France. Now, for the Norwegians have a striker in Erling Haaland, who I'm sure if he has opportunities, he will most likely convert those chances. Now, the question is if the likes of Ismail Sarr and Nicolas Jackson, if they are going to convert the chances that will come their way, because that was one of the things that worked against them against France. So in this game, they have to take their chance if they really want to get a win in this particular game against the Norwegians. But I feel Senegal would win this game. That's what I feel. That's based on the quality of players for both sides, starting from goalkeeper up to the attack. Uh, the players that I feel would can do something in the Norwegian team would likely be Martin Odegaard and Erling Haaland. And then on the Senegalese side, you have Sadio Mane. He's my sir on a good day. We know what he can do in this team. So we are looking forward to see what will happen. Senegal has to win this game. A loss for them means they will start preparing to exit the competition. They can't afford to lose this game. So they need this game at all costs. And I feel that will be a kind of a motivation for them going into the game against the Norwegians. So my prediction is that the Senegalese should come out victorious in this encounter. That is what I'm predicting. And then the game between Jordan and Algeria, this is going to be a very interesting game because both sides lost their opening game of the competition. The Algerians were beaten 3 goals to nothing against the Argentine, and then Jordan lost to Austria in their opening game. So both sides they need to win in order to keep hope alive in this competition. For the Jordans, this is their first World Cup appearance. I think for the Algerians, they have players like Rahid Mahrez, who they will be banking on to help them get victory in this encounter. The way the Jordan team will want to approach this game, they would like to sit back, try to absorb prayer, and then take the Algerians on a counter attack. That's what I foresee they would like to do because I don't see them coming out to play that kind of possessive football against the Algerians. The Algerians they are much better off when it comes to playing possession football compared to the Jordan team. The Algerian team will be playing a tactical formation of 4-3-3. I expect Jordan to play a 5-man backline in this encounter. So they will most likely play a tactical formation of 5-4-1. That's what I foresee they will do playing against the Algerian team. So they'll be banking on using counter attacks, absorb the pressure, and then when there are spaces, they take advantage of it to see how they can score the Algerians. But if you look at both teams and the quality of players they have, I think the Algerians stand a better chance of winning this game. One problem with Algeria is if they will be able to get the goal. Their decision making in the final third is where they have issues, which was very apparent in their game against Argentina. But they need to be able to take the right decision when they are in the final third. They need to be very clinical if they want to get a positive result in this game against the Jordan team. So that's what the Algerians need to do if they want to come out of this game with victory. So you can give us your own thoughts, your own opinion on what you think regarding the games that will be played on March the 12th of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Thank you very much for listening and do have a wonderful time. Bye for now.